Hello guys, and welcome to Field of Glory Empires with our first ever playthrough as Saba. Well, we are learning the game. It's been quite an interesting playthrough progressing. We've had some slow expansion. We are at probably one of the most decadent points. Oh dear God, help me. Oh good God, our decadence is getting so high. Oh dear God, I just noticed this. Oh, it's partially because of our nation size, the status age penalty. That's not good. We have almost a 1.0 ratio. That's really not good. We're still in the green part, so that's nice, but this is bad. If this is bad, that means a lot of others are doing even worse. Good thing I've been moving guys over to culture quite a bit, but yeah, it's like due to the nation's size, we're expanding, and they're not really built up very much, which is adding to the decadence, because a lot of these places we're kind of just starting from scratch. Maybe it's good that I haven't gone to war at all recently. A big part of it right now is our Empire Golden Age, which is still active for 5 turns, and I can't just choose to get rid of this. This is a 50% increase to my decadence gain, and that's what's causing this problem. So right now, at least, since we're this high still, we're going to receive progress tokens, not lose them. Again, we just have to stay out of the red. This just means everybody's doing work like terribly managing their decadence, because it is a weighted average. It's not localized, it's relative. That being said, we have a nice full turn here from the previous episode, so we're going to go ahead and end our turn here, because there's nothing else to really do. And we'll have to keep an eye on that culture decadence. We don't need to receive progress tokens. So long as we maintain it, I'm happy. We're good. Oh my God, Egypt has expanded over here. Jesus Christ. Well, if I planned to buy that, maybe I won't be able to. Ethiopia, it looks like they're kind of reclaiming some stuff. They're having a hard time. I wish them the best of luck, but I'm not exactly willing to assist them at the moment. The last thing I need to do right now is expand. We're holding our own ranking, which is good. This is like 1.0 territory, apparently, in terms of decadence and culture averaging. So we signed the trade deal with Blemmies. We're up, definitely up in terms of money. Didn't spend a lot of money. We got manpower. It looks like we did pay. Okay, so we sent them some units, and it was partially the base cost of those units. I can't really tell with money because we just went up so high, but we definitely paid somewhat in the manpower and the metal. They paid us 200 manpower. So we're down some metal, but we're up a whole bunch of manpower, and we probably at least broke even, if not gained some, on money. So I think that was a good deal, because manpower is my shortest thing. And peace treaty between Saba and Arabia has ended. We saw this coming. The slave market's available. Let's distribute and disperse slaves. Improve trade efficiency, but we can't do this because we don't meet the requirements. But that is fine. So we'll distribute some slaves for now. No need to buy any more. We finished building a gymnasium up here. We don't have any more slots to build anything else. One more turn until the furnace is done. And a lot of harbors. That will be pretty good. We finished an anchorage over here. That was slotless. Anchorages are always good. A mercenary recruitment center. I have never built one of these. And this one has the ability to be built in a provincial capital. I think I gotta take this. I gotta take this. It's going to take some infrastructure away. It's going to produce some equipment. I would love the ability to recruit some mercenary infantry and cavalry finally. Because money is just this thing that I'm always doing really, really well on compared to manpower and metal and all that. It's not in Arabia Felix, but Arabia Orientalis will be our like second best thing. It's getting up there. You know, it's building. It could use with a lot of work. It could use a whole lot of work. But it is doing well enough. We have this extra citizen here. I'm going to put him on money. I'm put him on money. Spread that out a little bit. I'm not so sure about this infrastructure. It'll maintain. Yeah, it'll maintain. -1 here isn't the greatest, but I'll take this culture for sure. Just to really help with the culture decadence ranking as it's been going right now. We have enough infrastructure and stuff being shared as it is. We got a lot more food locations being built, some infrastructure as well. And other pops that I can kind of manage as well. One turn until this ranch is done. That will really help the food. I'll move somebody else to infrastructure right now. Yeah, I mean, it says no growth regardless. So just let the ranch finish. Move this other guy to infrastructure. That will help fill in potential growth in some places, but not a lot. Hopefully, as these citizens move around, that will help. I could move a guy over here to money. It's not really necessary, but we're going to have more food just passively being built here. So this province is finally getting off the ground. It started with literally nothing. Saracen is going to be probably the next one. Maybe Arabia Deserta will be good once we actually can form it into a province. But we have the governor's palace. Even though I don't know why, but we do. Got another pop down here, but it's still not maintaining food because just conquered, so there's a huge debuff there right now. These guys have recovered most of their effectiveness. They're still slightly lacking, and we didn't lose anything by landing, so that was pretty much a good naval test to see how that works. So long as we're near good enough food sources, it maintains pretty well. So I'll let them recover this one more turn. That will let the major harbor be deployed as well. And then we'll head on out and conquer Dioscoridus and have 3 locations in Abyssinia Minor. Maybe that will be enough to make the province. Maybe not. We'll see how that goes. We could maybe purchase something. Otherwise, if they even hold it, right? If our allies of Ethiopia even hold the location, then yeah, we can. I have 20 spare manpower. Production, and I have 143 spare manpower in general. I provided some cameleers to my friends over here. I wonder if, yeah, they got the Arabian cameleers now. That's pretty good. I don't think that adds to my base costs at all. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You guys, you could use some. You guys are already built up. You would get Saracen cameleers. If anything, you would be getting Saracen cameleers. Due to the limited pool, I can only build 3 at a time. So we'll just build 2 right now and toss them in with the normal cameleers. It won't be too bad. It's fine. If we want to get them all Saracen later, we can, but it's going to have to be paid at a higher cost anyway, because we can't do it all in one turn. We could only do 3 in a turn. We'll do 4 next time, maybe. But for now, just 2 would be enough. It's going to be produced over here. We'll get them sent over here, so we'll have that expanded line. Every one of our stacks will have 22 units. The 2 up front are kind of similar. Then we have this weird elephant one that will... it's just very weird. This is a very weird stack. Eventually, maybe stacks will get so large one day that we'll have like regular infantry behind African war elephants or heavy infantry, and then it will kind of just be similar, but you know, with elephants. We'd have to see how that goes. I want siege equipment, but I haven't seen that actually pop up as a possibility. So I don't really know how the heck that's gonna go. We do still have outstanding offers with several nations, and nothing else we really want with any others. I've gone up 1 point in the culture decadence ranking. One thing that might be bringing everyone's averages down is age. Send metal to acquire money or manpower. No. I do have positive income now of metal. We just built a furnace among probably other things. And manpower is doing pretty well. Maria rejected our offer. Palmyra rejected our offer. Arabia raided me, but they were defeated. Arabia raided me again, but they were defeated. We're at 4 progress tokens. And that's with 3 turns left on the Golden Age. We might just be living with Golden Age like forever. We have barely maintained this ratio with current changes in our nation. Oh god, yeah. So this furnace has completed. There's nothing else here for metal or anything. We do have 1 available slot. Loyalty here could use some work. But there's other limitations here. Unfortunately, we don't have perfume, so we're missing a bonus of money. This would also increase decadence, but the loyalty here would be pretty nice. So I'm gonna build the pleasure house here. Maybe we get perfumes later. We also built a farm here. We have 1 more available slot. That's a lot more food. That's nice. We have a lot of food production here in general. I could add a street parlor. We only have the 1 slot. Is anything here slotless? A dry dock. Needs sales trading required. This is different. Reduction in equipment costs applies to warships. This is new. I haven't seen this before. We haven't started really building any navy at all yet. I'm going to build the warehouse here. It's going to give a whole lot of infrastructure, and when that's done, I can just move a citizen off of infrastructure. Probably onto culture, to be honest. Probably onto culture. I wonder if I could reorganize this. Shuffle this around. Move 3. Okay, yeah, because like I can just keep the most productive Well, actually, this isn't even rating productivity. Well, that's weird. Anyway, move you guys back over there. Let's leave this guy on culture. That kind of changes things a little bit. Will this change much if I move this guy onto culture? Because we need some guys on culture. I just question how much we actually need to maintain in infrastructure. But right now, we do need to maintain at least another guy. We've kind of like maxed out over here on food a little bit. We don't really need to do that. More culture would always be a good thing. And the more culture to a specific location is, you know, the more legacy points as well. I've been not prioritizing that just because these places take so long to build up from scratch. Probably put another guy on culture right now, just drag him down from food. That's fine. That's okay. That'll work out. Leave the 2 guys on infrastructure. We get a lot of infrastructure from the dam location. A major harbor has been constructed here as well. And we can build regional roads. That is slotless. We only have 1 slot. That would work out pretty well. There's other things that would be nice, but I'm happy with these regional roads. Some money, commerce, trade range, yeah. And we can move faster with troop movements. I'll take those roads gladly. A major harbor's done over here. That was slotless. We have 1 slot available. City walls, yes. I want city walls. It's the only slotless thing here. It is. There's a temple that looks amazing, though. Damn. Just damn. This would be so good. This temple, oh, it would be so good. But I'm going to have to take the city walls. I pass over it sometimes for some things, but I don't want to pass over it right now. It's slotless. I want it. It's a pretty important location. Give me city walls. We also finished a palisade over here. City walls. Oh, man, this is a place where passing over it would actually be really useful. The palisade would suffice right now, realistically. What we need probably is some more infrastructure or food. We got a nice infrastructure bonus right here. I'll take the infrastructure. And there's a ranch complete over here as well. Whew, it seems like the orchard is the obvious choice. There is the slotless available. There's also a slave market available. There's a lot of options. The orchard is just so fast to build. We have so many slots, and we need food and infrastructure the most. I'm just going to build the orchard. It's just the most obvious choice for this developing region. And I have the leeway to kind of do things that I wouldn't have done earlier in the game. So that's pretty nice. So all that stuff is built. We now have these 2 Saracen Cameliers. Ooh, Scorched Desert. I can see the effect. I can actually see the effect of the Scorched Desert here. Kind of like a dust cloud. I'll move you up here for now. Those Scorched Desert debuffs are bad. They just stop you from moving every now and again. Oh well. You guys should all be all better at this point. Yep. Let's go ahead and go there, I suppose. Unfortunately, my chance to get an alliance with Moria is now down to 5%, so that's not looking too hot. It's 25% right now with Palmyra, but 0% on cooperation. What? But 25% on alliance. Okay, well, let's see if we could skip to alliance with Palmyra. They're at war. They're friends with the Antagonids. They like Moria. They're at war with Arabia. That sounds like a good ally for me. And right now I'm just holding tight. You know, we're going to try and conquer this. See if we could form a new province down here. Hopefully we can. That would be great if we can. Egypt has moved and started besieging Gondar. Kind of like Gondor. There's a lot of defenders here. So they're going to have a tough time. But we'll see. The actual Ethiopian army is going on like a bit of a counter-offensive, but they're also at war with Nubia. So they're fighting 2 different wars at once here. It's kind of brutal for them. But Blemmyes is also fighting the Egyptians. And I think the Egyptians are honestly, because it's connected by land, I think they're mostly focusing over here. They do have to focus on the Antagonids a little bit as well. So they probably do have to focus on that. And I don't think they're really fighting Macedon very much, despite being at war. If I look at the factions by land power, hey, the Antagonids have gotten ahead of me, actually. Yeah, I'm trying to make my amount maintainable. I'm positive on manpower and metal, though, right now, which is pretty awesome. It means we could potentially look at even more expansion in the future. Not sure what we'll spend it on, though. Egypt is still quite terrifying, and they have quite a terrifying navy. At some point, we do need to look at a navy as well. I don't know that we could build any of that just yet. Well, I was thinking of like the heavy ones. The heavy ones are probably stupid to build, but they seem so efficient. Even though the game says that they're not efficient, they seem extremely fucking efficient. I think the only reason why it would be inefficient is that the frontage on naval battles is probably fucking infinite because there's nothing in your way, or at least it's an extremely high number. So going heavy only makes sense like a certain amount. I do wonder a shipyard. It might not even be like the harbors then. It might be a different building that unlocks that. We'd probably need normal ships at the start. The light ships are very inefficient food-wise. Food-wise, right? So we'd probably start with normal ships anyway with our navy. But that's something to look at later, because our manpower generation is still not that great. It's only at plus 20. We just have a lot of excess because of that trade deal we made, giving units to Blemmies. And I'll gladly, send some units off to Blemmies. That's fine. I'll help them get some Cameliers. I don't think they really need these Cameliers. I think they could use other things, but if they want it, sure. Use them against the enemies. That's pretty nice. It's funny, if you're a nation that does just really, really well on money, but not manpower, you could actually skip over regular infantry and just fill your army with mercenary infantry because they're better on the offense than regular infantry anyway, and you just be trading 4 manpower over time cost for 12 more money cost. That would be pretty funny. The mercenary cavalry, though, not nearly as useful. Definitely not nearly as useful. And we're going with Cameliers anyway for all that stuff. But funny. Funny to look at. Funny to see. It'll be 2 turns before these guys arrive for this attack. Hopefully they don't lose anything while they're at sea. There's no pirate fleets down here for me to worry about, nor any enemy navies to be concerned about. Once we take all this stuff, we should hopefully not have to go back here. Once the Just Conquered's gone, it should hopefully be no problem. I mean, there's a lot of assimilation that will cause disloyalty, but hopefully I don't need to send any units down there. Hopefully it'll just be fine. That's what I hope. We're earning a lot of money. We're earning a positive on everything, and that makes me quite happy. No real decisions to make. We're happy with everything. We've expanded a lot, so our cap on metal and manpower have probably been going up as well. It says it's partially for military expertise. I don't know the formula. I haven't found a place to see what the caps of things that I can get are, but it is what it is. Oh, we actually arrived in 1 turn. Huh. Okay. 12 enemy defenders. Woo! We have the whole line filled up. That's quite crazy. Damn. Alright. Yeah, this never really goes past 8. I remember the 8 was originally including backups. It was originally including backups. So we could actually use more center line forces, potentially, on all of our armies, in addition to cavalry. Something to consider for the long run, right? Not right now. Oh man, they're gonna get fucked up. That's a dead enemy warrior. That's a dead enemy warrior. Yep. There's gonna be a dead enemy skirmisher. You go. You go, baby. Oh, we fucked them up with the skirmishers, man. Dead enemy urban militia in the rear. Dead enemy archers in the rear. I'm really curious about those Abyssinian archers. Dead enemy warriors. Bro, are they even gonna deal any damage? I feel like they're not. That's so funny. Oh, hey, they lived, but not for very long, because Camelier's coming up the sides. There you go. You're dead, and that guy way over there is dead. There's not even a pursuit. We just killed everybody. Took a little bit of damage to a single skirmisher. I don't even know how that happened. Probably just in the skirmishing phase. Well, that's really good. We took the island. I wonder if we can make the province. Went down on the ranking by 1, but we're at 4 progress tokens, so we might actually just keep this bonus going, hilariously enough. Rome is caught up to this bonus. They're the 3rd one to reach the gold, glorious empire status. I've passed Macedonia right now in Legacy. Only Rome is ahead of me. Remember, number 1 on Legacy wins, so that's quite interesting. Hey, add a feast to the calendar as per usual. Slave markets, buy, sell, or display slave. Oh, we'll look at that later. Hell yeah, that's all I needed to create the province. Acquiring any more is pretty optional at that point. It would have to be purchased to some extent. We could just demand it too, although it's not as likely to go through. So, for example, if I wanted you to cede to me Asalia right here, because you lost the other one, but like Asalia specifically. Can I even ask for Asalia? Oh wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Seed region, Asalia. 17, it only has a 1% right now because they're kind of upsetty. But if I gave them a bunch of money, let's say like 1,320, that's a 41% chance right there. I mean, I could even try to provide them some units. I wonder. Like some Saracen Cavaliers, 4 of those? Maybe. This counts as negotiating. They'd have to pay money for this as well, so the chances are not very high, but it's not extorting. Yeah, it's not extorting. So that's good. I could maybe try to get them to acquire some Saracen Cavaliers. That would spend some metal and manpower for me as well as money. In exchange, 24% chance to get that region from them, give them some Cavaliers that they can then use in the battle. It's either that or I just try to hand them a fuck ton of money. That could maybe go into mercenaries as well. But I don't mind this one, because I know this one wouldn't be exceptionally expensive for me. And right now, I'm just kind of going to sit on my manpower for a little bit. So I'm quite good with the idea of proposing this. So 4 Saracen Cavaliers, 24% chance for that to go through. We'll take 2 turns to see if they accept it. It's interesting how it was specifically Saracen and Arabic and not Arabian. Maybe there's like a range to that. But Blemmies was able to ask for Arabian. That's weird. Regardless, I'll offer them Saracen. I'll propose the treaty. We'll see if they'll give me that for that. Because then I could just, you know, have the whole province and it will all be mine and it'll just be that much more effective. This one is weird though. I can't really ask for this because Egypt took it over. The deserts are still scorched, so I can't really move through the desert very easily right now, unfortunately. If I move by sea, I can get up to the front pretty nice. Oh, Nabatee is independent. That's news to me. They have no treaties. 19% chance to get cooperation with them. I'll ask. See if we can get some diplomacy now that they're free. They have rebelled. Yeah, they freed themselves, it seems, from Egypt, because that used to belong to Nabatea, which was absorbed by Egypt, but now it's free. So that's a good thing. It means we technically don't border Egypt anymore. That's pretty nice. Oh, man. Isn't this Blemmy's capital? Oh, shit, poor guys. Well, you know, it's not me. I could continue to ask for an alliance from Maria, even though it's 5%. It's just not very likely to go through. I have nothing else to ask for from them, so, I mean, I don't see why not. And Tiganid, strangely, is starting to dislike me a little bit, but maybe befriending Palmyra, if I got to the Seleucids, something like that will be good. I don't want to do a bunch of sailing, because I don't want to, like, run into, like, a pirate fleet or something. Well, you know what? Unlike in Imperator, you can't go through, like, rivers here to transcend this. So any navy built down here, actually, can't go this way. I haven't seen any pirates spawn down here at all. So any navy built down here is only relevant slightly. That actually affects my calculus quite a bit of what I want to do. The food on the front is still interesting. I'm not sure where the hell to, like, leave a third army with the way food is. It is improving in Saracen, but it's not amazing. Even in Arabia Orientalis, just leaving these troops here is not the best thing in the world. A food usage of 11, though, that can be maintained. That definitely can be maintained by Saracena. Yeah, it can be. So, but what about, like, Arabia Deserta doesn't even share. Plus 19 there, this takes 13. Now, it feels like it's gone down almost. Speaking of, up here we have completed a smokehouse. That's good. That's more food and health. Yeah, that's what that is. So that's good. Got slaves working on that. We can get a furnace up, but this place kind of needs stuff to grow more specifically than needing a furnace right now. We have a lot of slots available. There's a slotless training ground available. I don't really know how I feel about that. Could be useful. Could be. But it's not very useful right now. Local trade good needs salt, food, and health. This would further boost the food gain and keep it more positive up here. I'm going to go for that smokehouse, certainly. Yeah. And I guess I'll move you up there because they can maintain you. And even in Saracen, they can maintain you. Just add a little bit of a negative. None of these are even really fully up on the front is the thing. And we already have someone. It's like we're so close to Saracen anyway. I'll probably leave Saracena. Why did I call it Saracen? Did I really? Saracen? Wow, I called it Saracen. It's Saracena, bro. What the fuck? Saracena. I've been calling it the wrong thing this entire time. Well, there you go. We're going to send that up there anyway. The food is doing better in this one localized region because it's pretty built up as it is. But I'll build even more food and health there. And it will definitely be maintained. It'll just hinder the growth temporarily. We'll be better off on the borders. And that will arrive in 2 turns. Yes. And then we could look at another war with Arabia. But we need the Scorched Desert to pass. We could get into position. We could definitely have to pre-position in Saracena, though. We got an extra pop down here in Konglomerat. I think we might have redistributed a slave from here, probably. I do intend to do that every now and again. It helps move slaves, like, to the far-flung reaches of our empire and make things more efficient. Speaking of, hey, this is finally looking a lot more efficient. That's not very productive, but I can move you on infrastructure, put you on culture, and it maintains positivity. We've got a lot of food buildings going up, so I'm not too concerned about how that hyper specifically looks anyway. Yeah, and it's kind of like same thing here. The food is going to be getting better, so I'm okay with moving on to, say, infrastructure to speed up buildings in this region. This location just hasn't had any chance at all to thrive because we don't really own anything there. Moving the slaves around especially has just been very, very useful to maintaining things like food and whatnot. We have a citizen here on food. Let's move him on to money. We could afford to do that. Spread things out. Yeah, we've been spreading slaves pretty well. We have a couple places that have more than 3, and that's where I think, or at least 3 more than 3, that's where it gets moved from. So we are adding Feast of the Calendar. Let's do distribute and disperse slaves again while we're still recovering some money anyway. Because I feel like somewhere like this in Mafonate, you only move 5 slaves at a time. And there's a couple places, I think, where we could get that from. What does it say about that again? Regions with at least 3 slaves to other regions having few slaves. And there's definitely regions that have few or none. But it only moves a certain amount at a time. 1 per slave market, up to 10. There's some other limitations on there, I feel like, but it's probably our amount of slave markets. We don't actually have an insane amount. We'll do another dispersal. I think we could do another dispersal. I want to spread the slaves out far and wide. That will help deal with loyalty in general, but other things as well. Damn, look at loyalty in this province. Is not doing too well. Yeah, the citizens are a little unhappy. I'm not really sure why, though. It does hurt our overall productivity. Let me move another citizen down here to infrastructure. I'll move one to infrastructure over here as well. I'm trying to like keep it maybe something like around 10. That might even be a little too much, but we're building some pretty big building projects, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. There's nothing else to build, nothing else really important to do. We have some outstanding deals. We have some movements. There's the ability to expand the military, but not very far or wide, not using manpower anyway. If we had access to mercenaries, we certainly could do a bit better. You could make like full-on mercenary armies using infantry and cavalry, mercenary stuff, to make them easy to delete, or you could integrate mercenaries into your armies. It'd be interesting to experiment with both of those strategies. Looks like our culture decadence is worsening. Yeah, right now, we're almost out of the green, but it's not too terrible. If we do look at our culture decadence, 1.04, it's kind of maintaining, so it's just relative. Palmyra rejected our offer. Struggle for Saba and Arabia took a toll of many deaths. I see. We lost population because they raided us. And I think they raided it twice, actually. Once that was maybe a failure, but I'm not really surprised. They failed a raid here as well. Added a feast day to the calendar. We rejoice. Iranian rebels took the seat of the Seleucids. Oh my god, do the Seleucids even exist anymore? The Seleucids just got conquered by Iranian rebels. The Seleucids don't exist anymore. This is huge because they're neutral. That means if I attack them, like everyone can just dogpile on this right now. We have to. Damn, that changes a lot. That's an exciting end to this episode because we're out of time. So for now, thank you guys very much for watching, and I can't wait to see what happens on the next one.